In this episode, I take a look ahead to Friday night's match at Combank Stadium. Auckland FC away to Western Sydney Wanderers. Western Sydney Wanderers sitting in 8th place, Auckland in 2nd behind Sydney FC. I'll be talking about the lineups, what to expect, a score prediction, and much more. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to Night Fever. It's episode 21. It's a match preview to Auckland's Friday night fixture away to Western Sydney Wanderers. It's happening at Combank Stadium. Kickoff time of 10 p.m. New Zealand time, 8 p.m. local time. Both teams looking to pick up some crucial points in a tightly contested A-League men's season. Auckland FC will be keen to continue building momentum on the road after a strong start to the 25-26 season. Taking a look at the head-to-heads between the two clubs, we've already faced Western Sydney Wanderers once this season, turning out 1-0 winners at home in October. It was the second game of the season. Last season, we played them in April, drawing 1-1 at home. And prior to that, we were 1-0 winners away to Western Sydney Wanderers in January. So we remain unbeaten against Western Sydney Wanderers in the A-League. We did play them in a pre-season friendly just over a year ago where it was 4-2 to the Western Sydney Wanderers. But going into this match, we have the edge over them in the head-to-heads, and form so far this season puts us in the driving seat. Taking a look at the form coming into the match, Auckland FC are off the back of 2 successive wins, having beaten Central Coast Mariners last weekend and Wellington Phoenix the previous weekend. And prior to that, they had a loss at home to Newcastle Jets, following on from a draw against Brisbane at home and another win against the Phoenix away. So in the last 5, Auckland have won 3, drawn 1 and lost 1. Western Sydney Wanderers, they drew 0-0 last time round with Brisbane Roar. Prior to that, they had a loss against Perth Glory. They beat Sydney FC in the Sydney Derby. And before that, they also beat Central Coast Mariners 3-2 at home. That came after a 2-0 loss away to Adelaide United. That sees Western Sydney Wanderers with 2 wins, a draw and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. The table sees Auckland FC sitting in 2nd, a point behind Sydney FC. The table after 8 games sees Auckland FC sitting in 2nd, a point behind Sydney FC on 17 points. Western Sydney Wanderers, further down the table in 8th place, have 9 points after 8 games. They are a seasoned A-League club. They have strengths in attack with Costa Barbarouses bringing creativity and goals, combining with other forward options. In midfield, they hold a lot of leadership with the veteran presence of Steven Ugakovic. He helps the structure in the side and guide the younger players. Physicality and pace on the flanks with Crave and Hammond will prove strong going forward. They can be dangerous, especially in transition and from crosses into the box. The notable players for the Wanderers and who to keep an eye on: Lawrence Thomas, the goalkeeper, reliable between the sticks. Alex Gusbach in defence, he brings A-League and international experience at fullback. Crave in the midfield attack, a creative spark, expected to be a key presence down the left. And Costa Barbarouses, the forward, one of the main goal threats. Brandon Borrello and Alu Kuol, they provide different types of threats going forward. Borrello with link-up and Kuol with direct attacking runs. Steven Ugakovic in midfield, the key for ball retention and leadership. I can't find any records of unavailable players for this match. Western Sydney Wanderers seem to look like a full-strength team. Auckland FC also back to full strength. We saw Hiroki Sakai come back into the squad last weekend. He came on as a second-half substitute. Also, Mali Francois, he's been back now for a few weeks. And Nando Peinecker has also been back now for several weeks following his early season injury. Now, taking a stab in the dark at what the starting lineups might look like, I'll go with a 4-4-2 for Western Sydney Wanderers, similar to what they've had recently, with Thomas In goal, Simmons at right back, and in the middle of defence, Tongic and Bonatic. Pantazopoulos at left back. In the right of midfield, we have Hammond. In the centre of midfield, Brillante and Thurgate, with Crave on the left. Up front, Borrello and Kiwi Costa-Barbarouses. For Auckland, I can't see them going much different than what they have for the last two games. A 4-2-3-1 formation, with Michael Vau in between the sticks at right back. Hiroki Sakai coming back into the starting 11 following his return from injury. Dan Hall and Girdwood Reich in the centre of defence, and Francis de Vries at left back. In the middle of the pack, Jake Brimmer and Verstraete continuing their partnership. Out on the right wing, Rogerson with Randall on the left wing. Playing in attacking midfield / number 10 role, Lockie Brook. In behind striker Sam Cosgrove. Each player brings a distinct quality. Vowed shot-stopping, Sakai's leadership and experience, Brimmer's creativity, and Randall's pace and direct threat. So taking a look at some tactical matchups, what we could see on Friday night. In midfield, the battle between Louis Verstraete and Brimmer versus Wanderers Ugarkovic and Crave will be pivotal. Controlling the space and tempo. In the wide play, watch out for Auckland wingers Rogerson and Randall. They'll match up against Gaspach and Simmons at fullback. The width could be the key. A defensive focus will be needed for Auckland's back line, with discipline against Barbarouses' movement and Kuhl's pace. On the flip side, Auckland's front line will test the Wanderers' centre-backs with dynamic runs. Expect both teams to feel each other out early, with tactical discipline taking precedence over early high pressing. I'm calling this one to be a tight contest, with Auckland FC to get the win given our recent head-to-head results and how well the Black Knights have defended and controlled games. If Auckland can limit quick transitions and win the midfield, they'll be back in the game until the end. My prediction scoreline is Western Sydney Wanderers 0, Auckland FC 1. So that wraps up episode 21 of Night Fever. Friday night under the lights at Combank Stadium. Should be a cracker. Big respect to the Wanderers, but a huge belief in Auckland FC. Get behind the boys. We'll see how the self-proclaimed best fans in the league turn up at Combank Stadium against us on Friday night. Don't forget to subscribe and drop us your score predictions. We'll feature some on the next episode. I'll be back after the match with a full review. Until then, up the port, up the Black Knights, and goodbye for now.